now, I guess, 12 practices in, where do you think the right tackle battle stands as of today?
It's a continuous battle, right? So I see improvement from both the guys that are battling out there right now. I see some improvement for some of the guys going with the twos at left tackle as well. But I would say that it's just going to continue to go on throughout camp until somebody shows that they're clearly better than the other, or we have to, or I say have to, we get to play both of them, we'll play both of them.
What specifically are you looking for from the guy who ultimately wins that job?
Well, it all starts with trust, right? Like, he knows exactly what to do. He knows how to handle all the different situations that can come at you from the different pressures and things like that. Then you're looking for the guy that can be the most physically dominating player from that group, right? So you would hope by this time at camp they understand exactly what we're doing and getting to that point where we got trust in both of them, and then it's who physically can win the battle, And again, I have no problem. If two guys are improving and doing a good job, there's nothing wrong with playing two guys out there.
How do you feel like your guys played during the scrimmage on Saturday?
I thought the ones came out fast, had a couple scoring drives the first two series. It was really interesting when we looked at the drive chart. Whenever the ones didn't have a lost yardage play, we scored, right? So pretty easy there, right? Don't have lost yardage plays and we're going to score a lot of points. The twos I felt like started slower, but then to their credit, they kept fighting through it and did a good job at the end of the scrimmage, starting to move the ball and get some points on the board. So, again, I used the word consistency at the beginning, and then that's what everybody's fighting for across the country. But there were some good signs there. We just got to continue to improve.
Rock Montgomery's just a very diverse guy. He can play a little bit of everything, but where has he grown this camp?
So again, he's playing center and guard for us, right? I think he's grown in understanding the offense, the terminology, making the calls we need to make at center. And I really think in his pass protection, he's improved quite a bit since the spring. So we just need him to keep coming along and working on his athleticism, the things we need from him, but he's done some real positive ththings.
What's your opinion on the connection point between Brailsford and Milroe?
I think it's good, I think there's a good relationship there. I think with Brailsford, he's getting really bonding with everybody, right? So you see that. It's always hard when guys come in from different places, right? He comes in, not only then his O-line coach leaves, his OC leaves, he's with a room full of guys he doesn't know. And you really see some growth throughout the summer. There's a lot of trust there. There's a high respect factor for him along the team, so I think it's going well.
Yeah, how would you, if you were to describe Wilkin and Elijah's, put your scouting hat on, and what would you describe as their strengths?
I think that Wilk does a great job of understanding the scheme and what we need to get accomplished, right? He makes the good calls, and he has the tools to be a very good player. Pritchett, when he's playing hard and kind of playing with a little edge to him, he can be a physically dominating player. And when that shows up, he does a really nice job in pass pro and in the run game. So we're just looking for a little more push from Wilk, and then we need a little more consistency from Pritchett, and we have two really good players.
How have you seen Proctor and just his growth since obviously coming back and throughout the summer? What have you seen?
I've seen some improvement, and I really think just from the beginning of camp to now, in his protection, we've seen some good improvement, right? He's been dominant in the run game, which is what you expect, and it's been great to have. I think he's done a good job of getting a grasp of the offense in his short time with us. So just continue to see that improvement from him. He can be a dominant player if we can get all phases, headed in the right direction with him.
Just kind of as a whole, how do you think this offensive line compares run block versus pass block?
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to judge that yet. I think that, like I said, sound like a broken record, but consistency, right? We have a third down period, first couple racks, great protection, great pocket. Then all of a sudden, the next rack we break down here and there, right? So we need that consistency for them in the run game. There's times we show some real dominant plays up front, and there's other plays the guy's too high, takes a bad step, and then the defense makes you pay. So if we can get these guys to be more consistent by the time we get to our first game, then I think they can be a dominant front.
When you're breaking down the